Well, hey, Fick.
Good afternoon, Sundial.
What time is it?
It's not my. You can't ask me that question. That's your question.
2:25. How'd I do?
I have no idea.
It's 2:25.
It's late, is what it is.
It is. We're just getting started, but we are here in New Hampshire. Woo!
Ripley Falls.
Yep, Ripley Falls Trailhead. We're heading Nobo, and we're going to do the whole presidential traverse, the whole traverse. So when the AT goes around it, we're going up and over.
And back around the AT. So.
All right, we're about to go up. Nothing like starting with a bang, but we are going up and up right off the bat.
Oh, man.
After several fall summits, we are at the summit of Mount Washington. No. I wish. Mount Webster. So that took almost 3 hours to go 3.5 miles. So that's something. Coming up.
What's next?
Jackson. In 1.5 miles or so. So that'll be another 4 hours. Alright, same view all the way up, so gorgeous, like the entire way, but we are officially at the summit. Thunderstorm, and we're going up that. Point one. What could go wrong? What do you think it's a good idea?
Well, tell us where we will go. I'm not going to. All right.
I figured you'd say Fick.
There's always a Fick.
All right, let's see.
All right. I guess I'm blazing.
All right. Summit of Mount Jackson. Lettering right there, away from us, and then there's a pick. Alright, Mount Jackson. We went 3 different ways. The cans are tough up here. They don't really help all that much, so, but there's a white blaze, so I think we're good. And that certainly is beautiful, but it is quite windy. Quite wet, and my hands are freezing. Oh, that's not a bad thing to come out to. So we just came down off of Jackson, and we're in this little muddy area with a bridge, and we think it's a good thing because
I mean, you could be lost in there. Holy
that'd be
quicksand. Anybody in there?
It's way steep at least. That's awesome. Wow.
Sundial.
Good morning, Vic.
It's a nice sunny day out today.
Thank goodness, because
That was
everything is wet.
Yeah, we had a good amount of rain coming over Jackson, and then
Yeah, I would say so.
made it kind of challenging. The rocks were kind of slick, and the roots even slicker. You know, I was slipping on those roots pretty bad.
And don't be on top of a bald when a lightning storm comes, right? Isn't that get below tree line?
Yeah, I think that's something we read in the hiker magazine, right? So
Not summit during the storm?
really nice campground. I don't know. We had they have, what are they? The word is escaping.
Platforms. 10 platforms.
Right. It's 10 platforms everywhere, so they have them scattered throughout. $15 a person to to stay.
That went up.
So where are we going today? About how far?
I still gotta look that up, but we go over Washington and we go over most of the presidentials today. So then, I guess we just decide how far we go, but probably 13 or 14 miles.
All right.
All right, so good morning, and it's the Mizpah Spring Hut, and sounds like it's just chaos in there because it's the huts and the whites are a big tourist destination, but the tent site was down this way. Which was very quiet and very peaceful, unlike the hut. Okay, they say you can never capture on film the climb, but this is right out of the hut up to Mount Pierce. It's only 0.8. I've only gone 0.2. All right, woohoo! Our third presidential summit. We are on Mount Pierce or Mount Clinton. They are. It was renamed, so in all the guidebooks you usually see both names. And not nearly as windy as our summits yesterday, so it's really nice. Wow. And then there's Washington. Those clouds that look like a lake. Amazing. All right, so we have arrived at our first deviation off the AT to get all the prezzies while we're here. So we're gonna go over Mount Eisenhower, which is this way, and that. And then the AT goes this way via the Crawford Path. So we will have to come back to this point to officially get all our AT miles. Woohoo! Let's go. Presidential so far. Yesterday, Webster, my impression was it was beautiful weather-wise at the time. It was definitely a challenging rock scramble. You're on the AT the entire time from where we started at Ripley Falls, but you are going up to get up onto the Presidential Range. So beautiful, a bunch of false summits. Then our next one was Jackson. Definitely, again, a lot of rock scrambling to get up there. So you went down off of Webster to go back up over Jackson. And that one was super interesting for us because we hit it during the thunderstorm. So it was wet, it was thundering, it was lightning. We kept questioning whether we should keep going, but the storm seemed far enough away, so we did. And the views were beautiful. We had a little bit of a sunset up there, and but we were so wet and cold, we definitely didn't stay long. This morning we started with Pierce, and definitely a solid, challenging 0.8 climb out of the hut. But now, once you're up to Pierce, you are up in the alpine zone for the next 12.7 miles. So Pierce was pretty, but we just went over Eisenhower, and that was gorgeous. 360-degree views all the way around. It's a beautiful day. You can continue to see Washington as we're going. And now we will stay in the alpine zone for the rest of the day. And we're back. All right, so we went up there, we went around, we came down here, which is the AT, and now we're about to turn around and go back so that we don't lose any AT miles. And this was actually 0.8, so this is longer than going up and over, but not as much elevation. So back onto the AT, Nobo. Woohoo, this is crazy. And
We're back.
we're back. So this is Eisenhower from the other side. So we came down Eisenhower up this trail, and then we went up and over the AT right here, turned around, came back. It was a little easier coming back. So now we're heading that way. Woohoo! To Franklin.
Franklin?
Okay, so Franklin's a little anticlimactic, only because, you know, these views are still stunning, but we've seen them all day. No, we haven't. We've been looking mostly at that. So, but Franklin was only 130 yards off the trail, so an easy get. And then over there is Monroe, and then past that, I think the tall one, yeah, the nipple, and then Washington.
That's the one before it.
No.
That's just nothing.
All right, we've reached our next peak that we got to go 0.4. So there's the AT behind Vic, and we're going up there to Monroe. So we'll go up, over, and then have to loop back around. But this is all stuff we have done before. Okay, so that over there was just, I guess, part of Monroe. We came up that trail, pretty sketchy boulder crossing, and now we are on the summit.
Yeah, you can see the trail right there.
All right, so we figured it out. We did do the AT around Monroe. So there's Monroe. Lake of the Clouds is standing right behind me, and we are heading up to Washington.
Well, watch me throw this football over the mountains.
All right, we just came down from Monroe, and there's Lake of the Clouds. The AT will go up that way to Mount Washington, it looks so close, but it's about 1.5 miles. And this is the AT where Vic is, and we are double checking, but we are 99% sure last summer when we went up Monroe, we went down the backside, that today we went up, and walked around the AT. So we think we've checked this box, which would be nice. Well, we have come all that way. Lake of the Clouds is way down there. And then we still got all that. And there you go. The Cog Railway, and it is a through hiker tradition to moon the cog as it goes by. So Vic, whose last name is Mooney, says he's going to moon it. Here it comes. Yep, that was a good time. Oh, he did it. And all those people are like, what the hell? Alright, we're on our next Prezi. Came down from Washington. And we're looking to summit Mount Clay. That was a good climb right there, but we're learning from experience that it is probably one of those. Because it's 0.7 to the summit, and that was only 0.3. So it's gonna be one of those. That's where we're heading. Alright, we made it! Summit of Mount Clay. Woohoo! I'll put all the elevations of these eventually on the video.
Hi.
But yeah, this one had 3 false summits. And then, at least based on mileage, we're pretty sure we're at Mount Clay. I'm hoping that that is Jefferson. We'll find out. All right, that is number 7. That's number 8. 3 more.
I think we got a quarter mile to the campground. We're exhausted. And it's dark. Hopefully we're there soon. Haven't had dinner. It's past 9 o'clock. Been hiking for over 11 hours. And whoever put this campsite down here needs to be fired. All right. Good morning, Sundial.
Good morning, Vic.
Is it a good morning?
It was a bad night, and we're hoping that it's an okay morning. How's that?
Okay, so what's the plan for today?
Well, yesterday was beautiful. We got 6 summits. We got gorgeous weather. But unfortunately up here in the Whites, number 1, the weather changes quickly, and number 2, there's honestly no shelter. So we had to hike like 2.5 really hard technical miles off trail to get to the perch shelter.
All right, perch shelter. If you ever come here, watch your head. Very low getting into it.
So now we have to hike whatever it is, 2 point something to get back to the AT. think we're going back the way we came because the miles are shorter. So that means we will not get Adams and Madison.
But we're gonna go over Jefferson.
Over Jefferson just because
it's shorter. Right. So hopefully the wind's supposed to be 35 to 50 mile per hour today. I think we're a little safe from it on this side of the mountain where we're at right now, but when we get on top, I can see the trees up there really whipping. So we're gonna get a taste of the White's wind.
Yeah. And we're gonna play it safe. We're both disappointed that we're not gonna get the whole Prezi Traverse, but
yeah, these rocks get pretty sketchy when they're wet. We just slipped a bunch just trying to get water for the day, and pretty muddy, but you know, I think going back's the right call. Make it a little shorter day, get picked up, try to find a dry hotel room somewhere.
And by shorter, it still means like a probably 7 or 8 hour day.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of hiking. Hopefully we can get it done that quick.
Yesterday was an 11-hour day.
Yeah, that was one of the longer days we've hiked. In the dark over these rocks was a little sketchy, and we'll see what happens today, but probably won't do a lot of filming because I think it's going to be wet and windy, and we're going to be concentrating on getting off the trail. So we'll see you at the end, and we'll be down at the cog. Got to moon it yesterday, so that was fun. Hopefully I don't run into the conductor. He might recognize my ass, but we'll see what happens. All right, see you soon. Hey, Sundial. Look, somebody put some nice stairs in for you.
Yeah, not on the presidentials. I bet you're wondering why. Little deviation in plan because of how dangerous it is out here.
They almost fall off the side of the mountain.
Yep. So it's taken us an hour to go 1 mile. And that's down here where the winds are not 40 miles an hour. So for once in our lives, we made the intelligent call, which was to try to get off the mountains on a side trail and come back another day.
But it's pissing us off because the weather here is pretty good. Actually, it looks like the sun wants to pop out, but if you look up the hill, up the hill. Yeah, these are just hills in New Hampshire. It's pretty bad up there still, so good call.
Thunderstorms this afternoon.
Yeah, we have really no clue how long this trail is. So
no problem, we're guessing.
It's a Bowman Trail, is that what it was? And
Bowman, we think.
yeah, so we're hoping it takes us to the town of Bowman, and then we'll catch our shuttle back to our car. So it'll be a short day, hopefully. This doesn't turn into a 20-mile hike, and well, the weather stays this way. I'm not upset with that one because it is beautiful. Just the roots and rocks and all are real slippery, so it's very slow going. All right, to the bottom.
So this is beautiful on the Isaac Ridge Trail, but we think we have to cross it. So we're grateful at the moment it's not raining. They're calling for thunderstorms this afternoon, so I still think we made the right call. And we're not quite sure how we're getting across this, so we'll see.
All right, so up about 100 yards, we have to cross over that river. The rocks are super slippery. We go tumbling down the hill for the most part. So we have no idea how far to go still, but it's really slow going. Everything's so slick.
Littleton, at what's turning out to be kind of one of our favorite little towns when we come up to the Whites. Best pizza ever.
Oh my goodness, great pizza, great beer too.
Yep, right behind us at Littleton Grist Mill, right there behind us. We came last time a year ago and purposely looked for it, and then we had great pizza again, maple, bacon, chicken, apples, spinach.
Kitchen sink. Great pizza.
And then right on Main Street we found this cool inn, just looking for a place to stay, Thayer's Inn, and it turned out to be from 1843 and historical, and
Got lucky too because I had no rooms and somebody just canceled the second time we called, so that was good.
yeah, so that was a score. So anyway, you can see that it's a pretty nice day, and we're definitely good coffee. Definitely a little bummed that we couldn't get the last three summits in the presidentials, but the weather made the choice obvious, and definitely sketchy coming down the mountain on a side trail yesterday. Hard hike.
I mean, we were under a mile an hour coming down even, so it was definitely, I don't know, I fell maybe 6 times coming down on rocks and roots, and I think staying on the trail would have been tough.
Yeah, I mean, we had debated about, I think we filmed actually, that we were going to go back, get Jefferson, and then get off at Mount Washington, and that would have been 9 miles. It took yesterday 5 hours to go 6 miles to get off. So we ended up taking a side trail. It was, as Vic said, we both fell a whole bunch of times. I saw online a girl who slipped in Pinkham and broke both her ankle and her wrist, and you know, there was one time I went down that I thought I'd broken my wrist, so
did I.
yeah. So anyway, we're disappointed, but sometimes in life you just gotta live to hike another hike and make a smart choice, and
Hey, we don't do that too often.
so we're very proud of ourselves. I think my mom's pretty proud and shocked too. But all good. We'll be back. We'll finish the last three presidentials, and then we'll continue north and head into Maine. Hopefully soon. Hopefully in September.
Yeah, it's eating away at somebody. We'll be back real soon.
I might be back in 2 weeks if I can convince him. Anyway, as always, a tremendous experience, and the Whites are, holy mackerel, you have my respect.
But
And,
beautiful. I mean,
yeah.
seriously, every step of the way is a view. Unfortunately, the same view in some spots, but whoa, hey. All right, Sundown just had a fall standing on the bridge. She was stuck to the bridge.
Yeah, some New Hampshire sap stuck me to the bridge. Always
some of
good
that in
times. I think we're pretty good at making lemonade out of lemons.
All right.
Anyway, good luck to the AT thru hikers coming through the Whites. You guys probably won't do what we did. All the thru hikers we met said there's no way they were doing extra miles and going over peaks and presidentials that they didn't have to. And you know, the AT doesn't go over. I think there's 11 presidential summits, and I think the AT goes over 5 of them. So we definitely did make it harder by choice. So we'll be back and we'll finish up, and all good.
9 hours home.
Thanks for following.